Evening, friends. Jason here with AxodysFC, and I'm here to put a wrap on today's Tottenham and USWNT Women's World Cup news. So let's see. Let's start with Tottenham stuff. So it came out in the news that Harry Kane is kind of through media channels has effectively announced that if he isn't signed by Bayern or someone else, and he, by the time of the Brentford game, and he starts that game, his plan is to play through the entire year then, and potentially, if the team starts playing well in the first part of the season, even signing with Tottenham. But of course, it won't be until the season has started, which, in a way, yeah. So he's got the power, and he's, excuse me, exerting some of that to perhaps pressure both Tottenham and Bayern to make something happen. But the one thing that I wondered is, it would never happen, but if Daniel Levy went to him and said, "I'm going to open the purse strings this time. I'm going to get those center backs now, but only if you sign. Can you do it?" And I'd like to see a little more seeming creativity from Mr. Levy, but I don't know. He's got his own plan, I'm sure, and it probably means Harry Kane is departing, but I don't know. Still a ray of hope today. The only other Tottenham player news that came out today is that apparently Brian Hills is going in for surgery to take care of apparently the nagging back issue that he's had even prior to the start of the season, and the issue that prevented him from going on the trip. Sounds like he'll be out about two months. So that means that he'll at least be with the team through January. But yeah, really unfortunate that finally get a manager that could give him a chance that he's well suited for potentially, and injury issues. So hopefully he'll have a good recovery and we'll get a chance to see him make an impact. So World Cup wise, stayed up late, watched Team USA last night, and disappointing. Oh my goodness. I think someone referred to it as a 0-0 loss. They got the draw with Portugal. Probably should have lost if not for the right post, and they will advance, but they've looked progressively worse, I would say. You know, after a decent but probably subpar start against Vietnam. Since the Netherlands game, everything has been on the downswing, seemingly, and really, I think it's comes down to the midfield. It's just not as good as it was 4 years ago. Rose Lavelle got the start in the game this morning and played well, but she picked up another yellow card, so she'll be out the next game. And she was really the only effective midfielder for most of the game, it seemed like. Lindsey Horan has had spots, but I've never been completely sold on her, and yeah, she hasn't been super effective. It's kind of disappeared at times. So somehow managed to lose some footage here, so I'm going to see if I can pick up where I left off and edit things together. Essentially, I was talking about Lindsay Horan when I quit speaking, and anyway, in terms of fixing the midfield, the option is still there to maybe bring Julie Ertz into that 6 role again, which is probably her best position, and to play the other center back, who I don't remember which player that is. Cook, maybe? So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm planning to watch Argentina-Sweden tonight, because the former Gonzaga player, Sophie Braun, hard to know with the American versus the Spanish pronunciations. Anyway, they'll be playing, and so I'm curious to see how she does again, and how Sweden will look, what that will mean for, if they win, they will be the U.S. opponent. On the flip side, just as the U.S. was having problems today, England, having injury woes, totally bounced back and overcame them in a big way, thanks to some great play from Lauren James, who had 3 assists and 2 goals herself, nearly a double hat trick essentially, and more goal involvements than any women's player in a game before, and possibly men's. Yeah, pretty big contrast in the England fans versus the U.S. fans this morning, with the England, doing so well now after some doubts, and really taking it to China in was it a 6-1 win? Yeah. So it's actually, this is complete tangent, but it's very surprising to me, thinking about it, how seemingly since 1999, China's women's team's path has greatly diverged from the U.S. one, and and that was such a close game back then. So yeah, weird that China hasn't maintained that level of excellence as the rest of the world has improved. And anyway, getting back to the modern times. So yeah, anyway, U.S. social media is pretty much done with Vlatko, and but I think the team's resilient, and I think they're not out of it yet, but they've definitely got to figure some things out, and remains to be seen if they'll be able to or not. So, on that note, I'm going to wrap this video up, and thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the choppiness that's going to be in the middle of this one. Not sure what went wrong, but we continue. And so, on that note, stay well. Talk to you again soon. And remember, dare is to do.